Malta needed supplies, including more fighter planes, and these supplies had to go through. The result was very fierce fighting most of the way. Bombs from high-level attack, bombs from Stukas, torpedoes from planes as well as torpedoes from U-boats. Against all attacks, our gunners put up a terrific reply.
But the successful passage of the convoy to Malta was also due to the vital work of the RDF operators in giving timely warning of the enemy and in gunnery control. Type 281 RDF, seen here, is used mainly for aircraft warning. It is the starting point of a chain of operations involving the aircraft plot, air defense position, or ADP, high angle director, and many other positions. Normally, when sweeping for aircraft, the 281 aerials are automatically rotated. This may continue for days or even weeks without an enemy echo being picked up. If an echo is detected, the operator removes his foot from the pedal, thus stopping the automatic sweeping, and trains by hand until the echo is at its biggest. Or if beam switching is on, he trains to bring the twin echoes to the same height. He then reports to the aircraft plot. Here is the 281 office, and here the aircraft plot. The position of enemy aircraft is plotted, and reports are made by the plotting officer to the bridge, giving bearings and range.
103, 40 miles.
Yeah.
Plot for bridge. 281 reports aircraft bearing 103, range 40 miles.
The 281 operator is ordered to hold or watch the target as required. If ordered to watch, the 281 operator continues sweeping for other possible targets, reporting the range and bearing of the target he has already found each time he comes onto it.
One plots, echo bearing 032 degrees, 18 miles.
The plotting officer keeps the bridge informed of the movements of the aircraft. Orders can thus be given for action stations to be manned in plenty of time. This information may also be signaled to other ships. The target indication officer in the plot warns the air defense officer, known as the ADO, who is in the air defense position. This officer keeps his lookout sight trained towards the target's direction of approach on the bearing passed to him by the plot. Alternatively, the ADO can follow his evershed, which is worked automatically by the bearing transmission unit attached to the Type 281. When the ADO has trained his lookout sight so that the evershed indicator is central, he is then looking on the correct bearing of the target. The ADO sight in turn transmits the bearing to a pointer in the high angle director. The director trainer follows this pointer so that the director is also kept pointing towards the target. When the HA director is on for bearing, the guns are ordered to follow director. This is done by following the pointers of the elevation and training receivers, which are operated by the director. We now have the guns pointing in the direction of the target, but allowance must obviously be made for the movement of the aircraft before the shell reaches it. The control officer in the HA director therefore reports to the high angle calculating position below decks, the aircraft speed and angle of presentation. There, the necessary corrections to elevation and training are worked out and transmitted automatically to the receivers at the guns. A separate RDF set, known as Type 285, is fitted to provide continuous range of the target. As the 285 aerials are mounted on the director, they will be trained on the target. It now depends on visibility conditions whether the target is seen visually or picked up by the 285 set first. Suppose the target is first seen visually from the HA director. The director trainer reports
Pilot target!
and ranges found with the optical height finder are passed automatically to the HACP, which now has the necessary information to open fire. But before this, the 285 operator will probably have obtained an echo. He reports this by phone to the HA control officer.
285 director, echo, range 120.
By following the echo with his cursor, his range transmission unit passes the range automatically to the HACP. Where it is applied to the plot by means of a pricker, as long as the RDF operator has his cut pedal pressed. The HACP now use RDF range in preference to optical range. The operator's range transmission unit is fitted with a rate mechanism to assist him in following an echo. He should first put an approximate setting of, say, 200 knots on one rate dial. Then, if he follows the echo with the hand wheel in its halfway in position, he will also adjust the rate till eventually the cursor is following the echo without any further movement of the hand wheel. The guns are now ready to open fire when the ADO authorizes the HACO to do so.
Open fire! Open fire!
In bad visibility, the director with its 285 aerials will carry out a small sweep on information derived from 281. If the 285 operator picks up the target before the director sights it visually, he reports it.
Director, echo.
The director trainer now follows a blue pointer controlled by the RDF operator's bearing hand wheel, which is turned until the RDF echo shows that the director is on the target. Once the director sights the target visually, the director trainer reports target to the 285 operator, who can then concentrate on ranging only. You may wonder what the 281 operator has been doing all this while. His job is to continue sweeping in case another target is found. This may be engaged by another high-angle director and its 285 set. Here is the sequence of operations set out in diagrammatic form. The aircraft echo is picked up on the 281 set. Bearings and ranges from 281 are reported to the aircraft plot, while the bearing transmission unit transmits bearing to an evershed on the air defense position. The plot informs the bridge and warns the ADO who trains towards the target. In doing so, his sight transmits bearing to the HA director concerned. The director with its 285 aerials trains on, and in so doing transmits line of sight training and angle of sight of the target to the high angle calculating position known as the HACP. Range of the target is found from the 285 set and is also sent to the HACP. The optical rangefinder may of course be used if necessary. The speed of the aircraft is reported to the HACP by the control officer. The HACP now has all the information required to train and lay the guns, which are ready to be fired by the layer in the HA director. Here we are in the 281 office, after maybe many hours without the flicker of an echo.
Echo, bearing 062, distance 40.
281, plot. Echo, bearing 062, distance 40.
Target 064, 35, closing.
Plot bridge. Formation reported bearing 064. Course 244. Speed 200. Plot ADO. Aircraft approaching from green 65.
ADO starboard director. Aircraft approaching from green 65. Follow Evershed.
Target 065, 25.
281 plot. Target 065, 20. 281 plot. Target 340, 10.
Plot ADO. Formation has split. Half is now steering to port side of ship from red 20.
ADO port director. Aircraft approaching red 20.
Alarm, port aircraft, bearing red 20.
Fire the target!
285 director. Echo range 082.
Height 10,000, speed 200, open fire.
Commence!